Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to speak to you from my heart. One thing that I have been seeing of late is a lot of people are getting tired of the prophecy that they come across on YouTube, right? And if you're watching this, then you probably know what I'm talking about for you to have clicked this video. You have been seeing a lot of prophetic videos about your promise, and you have also not seen those promises manifest. And I want to encourage you to take your eyes off the promise. I take myself for example, right? I used to look at my promise, but of recent, I have transitioned from looking for my promise to focusing on where the Lord is leading me, focusing on becoming and embodying the person for the promise. The difference between who I was before and who I am now is that I no longer am in search, right, of the promise because God has shown me the promise. But the questions that this person here asks God now is, Lord, what are you doing? Right? So that is the more desirous question to me. It is, Lord, what are you doing? There are days where I have felt that, oh, today's the day I'm going to see my promise. And I don't see my promise. But I don't go back thinking, oh, I guess it's not today. I guess the promise is never coming. That's unbelief. And I talked about unbelief in my previous video. The promise is certain. It is done, it is finished. But you have the responsibility of becoming the person for the promise. And that is where you should be, right? So we take Joseph for example. When we look at the story of Joseph, we see that the Bible says, even in prison, the officials put him in charge of the people, right? So Joseph had that leadership qualities, right? He prospered, he was excellent in everything that he did. And so when the time came for Joseph's promise to manifest, guess what? Joseph did not have to go searching, he didn't have to go looking. It was prepared. The only person that fit that promise was Joseph. And we see it with how everything played out. Now let's take a look at us. We've seen this promise. God has said, okay, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's family, maybe it's a dream, right? But when you look at yourself, and you can be very honest with yourself, are there things, and what I mean by things is, are there qualities, are there skills that you need to learn in order to become a person who has the ability to manage the promise of God? And if you're not, then that is where you need to be. You need to be asking God to give you wisdom to become that person. And until you become that person, you cannot possess the promise. You can't. I definitely recommend you to watch one of Bishop T.D. Jakes' preaching on YouTube. It's called Prep Before the Promise. I just watched it yesterday because I'd prayed to God and I said, Lord, I need to understand what point this is in the promise. And just to summarize, he makes an analogy with a chapter in Joshua, precisely where the Israelites were meant to move into their promised land. He talks about it so brilliantly well. I recommend you to watch it. But the point was that we are meant to possess the promise. The promise is there, but God is waiting for you to rise up. I say this in my video. If you watch my videos a lot, I come up higher. You can only possess that promise when you've come up higher. And so that is why you feel so burnt out, you feel so tired. You probably, if you're like me, feel irritated by all these videos of prophecy of, your promise is here, give thanks. It is here. The prophets are not lying. The promise is prepared. It is done. But you need to come up higher. You need to learn skills. You need to upgrade yourself to become that person. Imagine if the Lord wants to put you in a leadership role, right? What are the qualities of a good leader? If you don't have it, how are you going to lead the people that He wants to put you in charge of? How are you going to be accountable? That is where you need to focus on. And I just want to encourage you and remind you that the Lord is truth. The Lord is truth. If He has shown you that promise, it is yours. But now is the time to take possession. But just like you're waiting on that promise, the Lord is waiting for you to come up higher. I love you. I hope this video helped you. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.